Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2023 reorganization meeting of the Municipal Council of the Township of Denville. In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Sunshine Law, Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, approved October 21st, 1975, adequate notice for this meeting has been provided as follows. Notice of this meeting was sent to the citizen of Morris County, 2 other local newspapers, 1 radio station, and the notice was posted on the bulletin board outside the clerk's office as well as on the township's website. Please note this is a non-smoking facility, and at this time, please silence all electronic equipment. At this time, I ask that you stand for the salute to the flag, followed by the invocation by Pastor Jonathan Huffman of New Hope Church.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and Happy New Year. Proverbs 3 says, "Never let loyalty and faithfulness leave you. Tie them around your neck and write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will find favor and high regard with God and people. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding. In all your ways know Him, and He will make your path straight. Don't be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil." Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the blessing and your mercies on our town in 2022. Thank you for these leaders here tonight. I ask for your blessing on them and their families. You know the business here before them tonight and this year, so I ask first for your will to be done. In their hearts they will plan a course, but I pray that you will establish their steps. Secondly, I ask that in 2023, your peace would rest on our township and your wisdom would prevail among our leaders. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the grace and mercy you have given us through Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name I pray.
In the audience today, we would like to acknowledge former Councilman Doug Gable, Assemblyman Weber, and I do want to mention that I received correspondence today from Assemblyman Bergen, Assemblywoman Dunn, and Commissioner Smith. I apologize for being unable to attend. However, they did wish everybody Happy New Year and sent everybody their best. Roll call of the 2023 Municipal Council members of the Township of Denville. Councilman Borwick.
Here.
Councilman Bowie.
Here.
Councilwoman Cote.
Here.
Councilman Farrer.
Here.
Councilman Galinsky.
Here.
Councilwoman Kovacs.
Here.
Councilman Murphy.
Here.
At this time, I would like to call for nominations for council president.
I'd like to make a nomination for Councilwoman Angie Cote.
I second that nomination.
Councilman Murphy.
Yes.
Councilman Galinsky.
Yes.
Councilman Borwick.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kovacs.
Yes.
Councilman Bowie.
Absolutely.
Councilman Farrer.
Yes.
President Cote.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I state your name.
I, Angela Cote,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people.
so help me God.
So help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will impartially and justly perform
that I will impartially and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of Municipal Council President
of Municipal Council President
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my
So help me
abilities.
God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I'd just like to say a few words before I move on to the agenda for the rest of the meeting. I'd like to say, first and foremost, thank the council for their support and vote of confidence. I'm grateful for the opportunity to continue as council president for a second year. And thank you all for the trust that you place in me. Let me also say what a joy it is to serve with all of you. This is one of those lucky years where we get to continue with the same team. I have so much respect for each and every one of you and appreciate your experience, your perspectives, and your professionalism. I look forward to working with all of you in the coming year, including the mayor, the administration, our township attorneys, and our municipal clerks who do so much for us. So let me also take a moment to thank those dignitaries that came out to attend our reorganization meeting and thank them for their support of Denville. Thank you. Okay, so with that, I'd like to open the meeting to the public. If there's anyone here that would like to address the council. Okay, seeing none at this time, I will close the public portion. Okay, we will move on to the State of the Municipality Address by Mayor Andes.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. I wish you all a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. And I'd like to thank Pastor Hoffman for joining us and for his hospitality for every election. He's always been so kind to us, letting us use his facility. Congratulations to Angie Cote for being reappointed as council president. On a personal level, we know that 2022 was a very difficult year for you. Yet you performed your duties as council president extremely well, and I truly enjoyed working with you. I can honestly state that each council member brings you unique perspective and opinion to public policy, discussion, the betterment of our community. This council continues to demonstrate that when our elected officials work as a team, the people of Denville are best served. We are very fortunate here in Denville to have three groups of individuals it takes to properly operate and provide quality services and programs to our community. I'd like to thank the entire team of elected officials and appointed professionals for their working together so effectively. Secondly, our township staff, led by Administrator Stephen Ward, along with our department heads and each of our employees, do a very fine and professional job every day. And last but not least, I want to express my gratitude to our many volunteers for their hard work and dedication to our community. It's their commitment that allows us to provide services that we may not be able to otherwise afford. In 2022, the supply chain shortages and price increases left by the aftermath of COVID-19, we were able to complete many of the projects we had planned or had started, including through a New Jersey DOT grant of $148,000, we completed the installation of new crosswalks, new curbing, and handicap cutouts and a brick utility corridor along West Main Street, and repaved the area of Main Street in front of the clock tower at the intersection of Diamond Spring Road and Broadway to Bloomfield Avenue. We're also working with Lakeland Bus Company in an effort to encourage commuters to use Savage Road Park and Ride. We enlarged the entranceway to the parking lot, thereby increasing the turnaround radius to facilitate its use by today's longer buses. The decorative fountain by the Main Street bus stop basin leaked so badly the DPW had to shut it down for necessary repairs. A beautification committee took the opportunity to restructure the entire garden around the fountain, making for a delightful new park-like setting. It's truly amazing the amount of beautiful flowers and decorations the beautification committee volunteers bring to our community nearly year-round. Remarkably, the DPW repaired over 157 catch basins in preparation for all the scheduled road paving projects and general maintenance of collapsed catch basins, leaving the end-year balance with just a few catch basins that were just called in. As asphalt prices are closely connected to oil prices, in early spring, when the gas price exceeded $4 a gallon, we made a calculated decision to concentrate paving the roads to be paid by New Jersey Natural Gas, then the state of New Jersey, before starting our own locally funded paving list. Fully realizing the risk that we may not finish the list in 2022. We reap the benefits of the price decreasing rather than significantly, and complete the vast majority of the roads on a locally funded list in late October. We did hold out on paving the low Bloomfield lot and 2 streets in the Cisco tract, which would be completed in 2023. Steve just told me today that it looks like they made the right decision because we're going to consider a wash for us. Those streets in the parking lot will be that we're going to have to pay this year will come out of the money from that we allocated last year. We recently completed the refurbishing and painting of the Beacon Hill water tank, the largest water tank in our system. This project was completely paid for through our first ARPA funds installment of $800,000. The county finished the Palmer Road bridge replacement. Not only was that an extremely dangerous bridge, it replaced, our main involvement has been replacement of the water main under the bridge. Replacing the water main is an important water utility infrastructure improvement that could easily go unrecognized. The second phase of the Denbrook Trail, number 6, has been completed, which runs 1 mile from the Opanaki one-lane bridge to the Mount Pleasant Turnpike one-lane bridge. It was paid for with 2 grants totaling $315,000 from the Morris County Parks Commission, and people are already enjoying it. Gary keeps sending me pictures of people there. It's great to see. It's very pleasant to see it walk along the Denbrook. At Gardner Field, we finished the renovations to the basketball court, the back tennis courts, built 2 new pickleball courts, and installed new bleachers at the basketball courts. We also added a very basic small t-ball field for the 5 and 6-year-olds that we plan on enhancing over time. We paved the road inside James Dyer Park at Cook's Pond and removed the last of the old outbuildings on that property. The township's relationships with our schools is excellent, especially in the area of school security, with each school either continue to have a school resource officer or a Class 3 officer assigned to it. We took the opportunity to preserve what is purportedly the oldest home in Denville at 560 Opanaki Road. This property has a rich history, which goes back to at least 1750. It was owned by John Lucy as a halfway house for travelers, while the upper room was used as a schoolroom and later a tavern house. Denville folklore places George Washington near this house during the Revolutionary War, at a nearby barn where he had his horses shoot. In the winter of 1780, in search of food and supplies for the vanquished troops camped outside Morristown, the tavern house would have been likely resting place for Washington and his entourage. Hard evidence of Washington's stop at the Lucy's grist mill can be found in the Congressional Register in the early days of the 19th century, when John Lucy's grandson, Jacob, and his business partners petitioned Congress for reimbursement for the grain taken for use by the Revolutionary War soldiers. As fate would have it, they didn't get reimbursed, but the records show that they did apply for it. We are currently securing the house for winter and working with the Historical Society on our future plans as a potential mixed-use museum annex. We are working with the library to renovate the old two-room schoolhouse at 501 Okanagan Road. We have preserved a precious part of Denville's history by turning the two-room schoolhouse into an all-purpose room. We will give the library much-needed room for additional program space. This will in no way alleviate all their space needs or help in the short term. The 2022 budget included funds for architectural concept plans to be developed. USA Architects submitted their plans options to the subcommittee made up of members of the library board, town council, and administration. The library board and the council will be meeting at the end of January to discuss the options and, of course, actions we may want to take to preserve the building and utilize as a community room. Designs have been made and finances are in place for all-purpose rectangular turf field with lights and parking lot at Veterans Memorial Field. Specs are being finalized and will be out for public bid within the coming week or so. It is our hope that we will award a contract this winter, with work commencing this spring. Our planning board calendar is full. We're reviewing the court-mandated applications related to our affordable housing obligation. The township administration always and will remain steadfast to our cardinal goals of proactive flood mitigation, continued downtown economic revitalization, upgrading our infrastructure, outstanding public health and safety, providing great senior, recreational, and social programs, improving our efficiencies, all while running the township in the most cost-effective manner possible. We have made some significant strides in the Army Corps of Engineers to bring significant future flood mitigation programs to Denville. Although not the direction we had originally had hoped, there is still a path to flood mitigation relief for many local property owners. The key to receiving federal funding, we learned, is a complex formula based upon the federal government's return on investment and comparing the mitigation costs versus the flood insurance payment during a storm. Our plan of building large-scale flood infrastructure was generally disqualified by the Army Corps, in large part due to their extremely conservative cost estimates. However, the Army Corps found that raising homes, performing wet and dry flood proofing of homes and businesses in a target area had an excellent return on investment. Although we had hoped to cross the finish line with the Army Corps several years ago, staffing issues on their end and continual reassignment of new staff seems to have accounted for their multi-year delay to get to this point. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and I am in constant contact with Congresswoman Sherrill's office, who has advised that the Army Corps is aiming for a potential early spring 2023 presentation. This is still a very exciting proposition and puts the township in a great position to have federal and state government potentially fund up to $12 million to perform some of the most comprehensive flood mitigation improvements in the history of our community. So we're looking to acquire that $12 million. We must put frustrations to the side and remain ever diligent and persistent. We have submitted a T21 grant application for downtown streetscape improvements for Diamond Spring Road. This is the same grant we received 3 times previously to perform the streetscape on Broadway and First Avenue, which brought Denville $1.6 million. This is a very competitive grant program, and we've been turned down twice before on Diamond Spring Road application. But we'll not give up until the entire downtown is complete. In order to separate us from the pack, our application is shovel-ready, and we have proposed more than double the required matching funds to show our local commitment to the project. I'll be asking the council to allocate at least as much money in road paving as last year as we continue to try to keep pace with our road paving program. We anticipate providing our recommended list to the Township Council in the next couple of days in advance of our January 21st budget hearing with our engineer. The DPW is planning on paving the driveway at Barton Field from Field 1 to Todd Johnson Field. We are working with the Board of Education to replace the retaining wall and stairs at Todd Johnson Field, replace the guardrail along Savage Road, and add trees along Savage Road, and along Riverview School parking lot at Field 5. Based upon the review of the after 2021 New Jersey DEP mandate, Denville is fortunate that we do not have any lead water mains in our water system. We only have 12,220 feet of galvanized steel pipes on a select number of streets in Lake Arrowhead, Peck Meadow neighborhood, and along a few streets we service in Mountain Lakes. Prior to 2031, we have to replace the galvanized pipes and anticipate grant funding to become available, and are exploring other funding options such as the infrastructure bank. The 2023 budget will include a request for funding to develop a replacement plan. We will begin the long-awaited water meter replacement project throughout the entire township. This phase project, which is anticipated to take 5 years, will put a state-of-the-art radio-controlled water meter that will eliminate the need for water meter readers to physically go read the meters at each house. We have been putting the capital funding away for more than 10 years for the meters and anticipate bringing a contractor in to install these meters. This will enable us to give better service to our water customers and ultimately do so with less manpower. Nationwide, for a host of reasons, we have seen increased difficulties the police departments are having enforcing the law. We are fortunate in Denville. Outside of recent auto thefts, we have almost always are facilitated by people leaving their keys in the car. Our number one complaint is, of course, speeding. We recognize the best way to reduce speeding is police presence on the road. In 2022, our budget, we added a police officer anticipate shortly after the new year, with the police academy complete, it will be a full complement. Not only will we see the additional police officers on the road, we will see additional community policing in our downtown business district. Starting in 2023, then we will start utilizing the state-of-the-art technology to perform parking enforcement in our downtown area. No longer will we chalk tires, but instead we'll be utilizing a computerized license plate reader called the LPR, which will attach to a moving police department vehicle. Each time the vehicle drives down or through a parking lot, which could be multiple times each hour, the LPR tracks the amount of times a vehicle has been parked in a particular parking spot. If during any of the passes, a vehicle has been parked in a specific spot for a period of time exceeding the time limit, the system will notify the officer who can issue a violation. Residents and business owners are advised that all-day free parking is available in the Lower Bloomfield Avenue lot and the Church Street parking lot. The 3-hour parking available at the First Avenue parking lot and the Upper Bloomfield parking lot. Furthermore, daily and monthly, semi-annual and annual parking permits are available for sale at the municipal clerk's office. We are constantly looking for ways to improve our efficiency, to cut costs by eliminating a step in the process, a product or time in the process. Sometimes, like with the water meter, it might take years of planning and several other internal office changes that allow for a decrease of personnel at retirement when duties can be merged. One such example we may see in 2023 is a lockbox system for utility payments, where the utility bills are calculated and mailed by the township and returned to a third-party provider who processes the payments, transfers the money, and an account file to the township. 2022 brought its challenges. Denville leadership worked our way through the supply chain shortages and price increases that were left by the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, the financial plan we designed and implemented over the last decade of paying more with cash, paying down our debt, improving our rateable base, and finding more grant opportunities has been executed successfully. We saw this fruit of our labor when Moody's bestowed a AAA bond rating on the township during the pandemic. In September 2023, the final payment will be made, the town hall will be paid for. This alone will result in a significant drop of our annual debt service payment and will put us in even a stronger financial position. Any piece of land not classified as protected as preserved in our open space inventory is a liability to the township when affordable housing totals are being calculated during the past round. That is why the township and I decided to sell 19 acres of industrial zone land not in our open space inventory. The township obtained the property in the 1980s as part of a tax foreclosure. The property is located on Vanderhoof Avenue and is parallel to Interstate 80 and will have be an excellent rateable. At the auction held in September, this past September, the high bid was accepted at $6,435,000. The real estate closing is anticipated to occur in February. Once we close on the property, I'll ask the council to adopt a formal policy limiting the use of the proceeds from the sale to paying off existing debt and funding future one-time capital purchases without new debt being authorized. We created a plan that could put the township in a position of being debt-free by the end of the decade. If managed properly, the use of this funding will provide the township with a golden opportunity to improve its already exceptional long-term financial standing for at least the next decade. By establishing a formal policy, I want to ensure we don't squander this opportunity. We have been proactive in every area of budgeting, fiscal management, planning our infrastructure, management of personnel, and technology. We've worked extremely hard to successfully manage all the areas of the budget under our control. Municipalities are constantly in position of trying to protect ourselves from what harm may be coming from the state of New Jersey next. On Friday, we started getting the state budget numbers for 2023. Besides the 24% increase in the state health insurance premium, we are looking at a $251,000 increase in our pension payment. So these two line items in the budget alone have a significant impact on our property tax bill. There are only so many line items in our budget we can control. Despite our best efforts, we enter the budget process with the state putting us in a significant hole. Denville has fulfilled our 2015 court-ordered affordable housing obligation and is maximizing the income of these developments for each of our utilities and funds. The fourth round of affordable housing obligation is 2.5 years away, in 2025, in just 30 months. And sadly, our governor, Senate President, and Assembly Speaker have not addressed it and have shown no interest in doing so. Meanwhile, we have taken everything we have learned from the 2015 round and past rounds and are currently putting the finishing touches on updating our master plan. We are doing this in preparation for our 2025 constitutional mandate affordable housing application process. In preparing the master plan, the planning board has done a great job in updating our vision for the 21st century. This vision does not forget our roots, heritage, or the quaint and charming downtown character that has made us Morris County's favorite downtown destination year after year. I expect to have the planning board's approval of the master plan sometime in March. We were all extremely disappointed when we heard of the closing, sale, and demolition of St. Francis residential community. Denville grew up from a rural farming community with not much more to it than a railroad and a canal around St. Francis. It would have been nice if the Sisters of the Sorrowful Mother of Wisconsin gave Denville the opportunity to be part of the sale of the property. However, we only learned about the sale yet it was basically a done deal. Spring Point, who is new owner of the Oaks, new owner of the Oaks and St. Francis property, has always been a good member of our business community. I've had communications with upper management. They know our concerns, desires, and at the end of the day, we want them to have a great project, and the people of Denville can join them and be equally as proud of, and it's truly a win-win for the entire Denville community. There are three things that are on the horizon that are not in our direct control. The lack of runner crossing. New Jersey DOT and New Jersey Transit are battling out the engineering details as we wait. The Franklin Avenue Bridge, New Jersey DOT and New Jersey Transit are working out the cost and design details. The Opanaki Bridge, the new homeowner is participating, which is good news for the dam being rebuilt, but would likely add years to the project, the timeline, and the roadway on Castelline. We're going to have to put it on our paving list because it's in pretty bad shape over there. We've been waiting for the bridge to be built, but we can't wait. This will take that many years. The Hub Times newsletter is being mailed this week to every homeowner in Denville. It includes an update on the progress of all the projects on the court-mandated affordable housing developments, a parking map of downtown Denville, a calendar with all the garbage and recycling pickup dates for 2023, information on residents can sign up for mixed alerts. As I stated earlier, Denville is fortunate to have a great many volunteers. We are very thankful for their hard work and dedication to our community. It is their commitment that allows us to provide services that we may not be able to afford otherwise. There's always room for more help on almost every committee. The river can never be clean enough. There's always more people who could use some help. We can make our parks and recreation programs better. And I've been told downtown can never have enough flowers. But where we really need some help is at our firehouse. For over 81 years, our fire department has handled all our first aid calls 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That was until September 2021, when Denville was the last Morris County community that could make that claim. At that point, it became obvious that it was just too much on the available daytime volunteers. This year, we needed to reduce the load once again. The Town Council and I are extremely proud of the Denville Volunteer Fire Department was able to maintain 24/7 volunteer first aid as long as they did. Today, they continue to provide us service along with the paid services from Morris County and St. Clair's Hospital. It is our hope that new volunteers will join the Denville Fire Department and they can return first aid to full volunteer service to the community at some point in the future. We put an ad in the latest issue of the Hub Times trying to recruit targeted volunteers, not just teenagers, but also young people who once were members of other fire departments who just moved a house in Denville, and young retirees. Once we get the new message board up, we have one on order by the clock tower installed, we'll have heads on it and place it from time to time. 4 of my 5 children volunteered on the fire department, and they all found it to be a rewarding experience. Anyone interested in any committee, please contact my assistant, Dan Mott. I'm sure by now you all know what happened at the Buffalo Bills game last night. Lamar Hamlin collapsed after making a tackle. The Recreation Committee and I have been looking into AEDs for the ball fields for years. We always thought it was a good idea, but being that all our police cars are equipped with AEDs, and the fact that we could never figure out, and no vendor could ever tell us how to make AEDs accessible to the public, and at the same time keeping them secure, so they are available when needed. Our worst nightmare would be someone being in need. The AEDs would not be there because of a vandal. We never move forward on it. When I was at the New Jersey League of Municipalities in November, I passed an AED booth and spent some time talking to a salesman, and he had nothing new that he could give me on it. So I was quite unfortunate. I received an email this morning and started doing some Googling, I'll call it Referring Joy. I found a company in England that makes something that has some strong possibilities. Naturally, cost would be an issue, but we are here in Denville, and that can be figured out some way. I already put Recreation Director Nick Panetta on it to gather more information. I would hope and expect to receive buy-in from all our participating sport and hopefully service organizations. I am an advocate for doing this, but only if we can do it correctly, because it'd be a shame if we didn't do it right. We have to do it the right way. I would like to thank the entire team of elected and appointed officials for working together. I'm very appreciative of our town staff led by Administrator Steve Ward, Police Chief Frank Perner, our Public Works Director John Egbert, along with all our department heads and each of our employees who are all hardworking and dedicated professionals. We are fortunate to have great people working together and continue to make Denville the finest place to live, work, raise a family, and retire. Thank you, and may God continue to send His blessings to the people of Denville, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Let me say too that I always appreciate your summaries, as they always remind me of how much we've achieved throughout the year, as well as the work ahead of us. And I believe I speak for the entire council in saying that we are looking forward to working with you and the administration in 2023. Thank you. We will move on to the consent agenda. We have 10 resolutions on the consent agenda. Are there any members of the council that would like any of the resolutions removed? Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Thank you, roll call.
Councilman Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Borowick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kovacs? Yes. Councilman Farrer?
Yes.
Councilman Galinsky?
Yes.
President Cote?
Yes. Okay, on the non-consent agenda, we have 3 resolutions. The first being Resolution R 23-11, resolution reappointing and appointing zoning board of adjustment members. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Borowick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kovacs? Yes. Councilman Farrer?
Yes.
Councilman Galinsky?
Yes.
President Cote?
Yes. Next is R 23-12, temporary budget for the year 2023. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilman Borowick?
Yes.
Councilman Farrer?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kovacs? Yes. Councilman Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Galinsky?
Yes.
President Cote?
Yes. Next is R 23-13, resolution reappointing Tara M. Petoni as municipal clerk. Can I get a motion?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Galinsky?
Yes.
Councilman Murphy?
Yes.
Councilman Borowick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Kovacs?
Yes.
Councilman Bowie?
Yes.
Councilman Farrer?
Yes.
President Cote?
Yes. Okay, so at this time, I'd like to have Mayor Andes administer the oath of allegiance to Tara Petoni, our municipal clerk.
I'll never do it as good as she does.
I, Tara Petoni,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to do the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments
in
established
the United States
in the United States
and to this state
and to this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
And I do further solemnly
I do further solemnly
swear that I will
swear that I will
impartially and justly perform
impartially and justly perform
all the duties of the office of,
all the duties of the office of municipal clerk
can't finish it.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So really quick, I just want to say thank you guys so much, President Cote, Town Council, Mayor Andes, Administrator Ward, Fred, Sue. The last 3 years have been truly rewarding. So thankful for this opportunity to continue to serve the residents of Denville. It's truly been a blessing. I wish Sue was here. I would thank her as well, my deputy clerk. She's phenomenal. And you know, I'm truly looking forward to what the future has in store for all of us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And we're so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
So thank you. Okay, let's see, where are we on next on the agenda? Okay, all other oaths will be administered in the municipal, did I miss one? Oh, my goodness. I misread. Okay, now I'd like to have Mayor Andes and our municipal clerk, Tara Petoni, administer the oath of allegiance to Fred Semrau, Esquire, our municipal attorney.
You can hold it. I just have place.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right. I state your name.
I, Fred Semrau,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will impartially and justly perform
that I will impartially and justly perform
all the duties of
all of the duties of county attorney
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Council President, if I could just say, on behalf of all of us at Dorsey and Semrau, it's truly an honor to serve this council with Mayor and the administration and Steve, of course, Kara and her staff, just all the department heads. This governing body has challenged us and given us a chance to be heard and ask terrific questions to make us work even harder, and we're very grateful for the reappointment. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you too. I was going to say, we always appreciate your guidance and your experience here, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you. Okay, next, Councilman Walensky.
Council President, the agenda says that all other oaths would be administered during normal business hours. Since we have a fair amount of volunteers here tonight, may I ask the clerk, would you be willing to administer the oath either now or after the meeting?
Sure. We do it now, or we can stand together. Doing this, I don't have books here, so if they just want to follow me back to the office, I have it on my calendar. So all volunteers.
I'll go get it.
Oh my God. You can go, they're on the calendar. So if all the volunteers want to stand. apologize, I didn't know that you were all here. If you want to raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Denville Township,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will impartially and justly perform
that I will impartially and justly perform
all the duties of,
all the duties of municipal lines committee
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations and thank you all.
Thank you all so much for all the time that you dedicate to Denville. We wouldn't be Denville without you all, so thank you.
Council President, I would also like to say, express my thanks to the volunteers. And just as the mayor mentioned in his speech about the town, you know, I've coached lacrosse in town for many, many years. And we tell all the kids, bring a buddy. So I would encourage you all to bring a buddy. The town needs some volunteers. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much. So with that, I will at this time entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all for coming. We are adjourned.
Prior to leaving, if you could just stop up and sign one of the forms there, that would be great. Thank you so much.